Hey friends, we're in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 5 and 6, but 5 and 6 are a continuation of this sentence from verse 4. So let's read 4, 5, and 6. It says, "But God, being rich in mercy because of his great love with which he loved us," verse 5, "even when we were dead in our wrongdoings, made us alive together with Christ." And then in parentheses, "By grace you have been saved." Verse 6, "and raised us up with him and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus." And then the sentence continues, but we'll stop there. The word dead is the word nekros, which means corpse. So essentially, Paul is saying, look, we were dead. Like, it's not like we were dying spiritually. We were spiritually dead because of our wrongdoings. The word wrongdoings there is paraptoma, which in one interpretation is the side slip. So imagine you're walking on a path and there's ice and you start to slide sideways. You're not intending to slide, but you do. And so paraptoma means unintentional errors, but it also means intentional sins as well. So, sometimes when you're a kid and you specifically look for puddles to splash or ice to try to slide on. So it's unintentional and intentional. So we were spiritually corpses, but Christ made us alive. And then you have that statement in parentheses, "by grace you've been saved." Now, when you see phrases in parentheses, that means it was added later by translators. It was a marginal note put in one of the scripts, one of the documents, right? And so it's not there in the original language. It wasn't in the original manuscript. It was added later by a translator. Somebody put it in the margin, and then it was added to explain. It's really not necessary because verse 8 says the exact same thing, "for by grace you've been saved." So, but I guess they just wanted to ensure that we understood we've been made alive together with Christ by grace. We've been saved. And then verse 8, "we've been raised and seated with him in the heavenly places." Now, again, who is Paul talking to? He's talking to the Ephesians. The church in Ephesus was a mixture of Jews and Gentiles, and it was in a very dark city. A large temple was there, a large pagan worship center was there. And so Paul is saying, if you are in Christ, he has raised you up. He has not only raised you up to life, but he seated you with him. Like, we have a place at the table, at the banquet table with him, because we are in Christ Jesus. So check out Ephesians chapter 2, verses 5 and 6, and let me know what you think.